In this KCD2 challenge run, we're going to complete the entire game on hardcore mode with all negative perks, and we've got a bunch of mods to make the game even more difficult, especially in regards to combat. Check the description for a full mod list and a full rule list for this challenge. Let's get right to it. So we're going to pick all 10 of these negative perks, or however many there are. Yep, 10. Right now, I'm going to be skipping a lot of the tutorial in terms of what gets recorded, so most likely we'll come back when we get to some interesting stuff, some combat-related things, but I'm sure a bunch of people have seen this 1,000 times. I'm going to skip it. A couple important choices. We're going to go advisor to a nobleman and an envoy, so we can boost up our speech skills. And then we're also going to boost up our speech. So as envoys, we're offering... Oh, actually, sorry. That's a chat check, but we'll pass that. Get some XP. We'll come back when we get to the other skill boosts. A couple more skill selections here. We'll take speech. We'll take scholarship as well, I think is the next one. Yep, scholarship at the bottom, and then we'll also take heavy weapons for the final one. Here we go. I prefer maces, heavy weapons. We'll be using that a decent amount.
I prefer other way.
And if you're tired of doing the tutorial, just go up and start punching people. You can get a little bit of unarmed XP. And it speeds it up. You can just go straight to the end. Which is what we're going to do after we rough her up a little bit. Gotta get that unarmed. Alright, this part, we'll probably record a little bit of it. We're mostly just running through, but this is a part where we could potentially die. So, to do this a little faster, we'll skip a little bit and then start to get caught, and that'll cause Hans to run, and then we can just run with him. If you kind of go through normal, it takes forever. Right, this is the part where it gets a little sketchy. We need to get caught, and we just run. But we need Hans to run too. There he goes, he's running. And ideally, we'll beat these guys to the exit, but if not, we'll have to turn around and dodge a few attacks. This is kind of unnecessary. Oh, we're getting caught up. You can see the light on the floor. That means he's really close. Yep, see, we just need to dodge a few attacks.
For fuck's sake.
Where he's talking so nonchalantly while he's being chased. So again, we'll probably have to do that a few more times, especially as we run out of stamina.
Show your stuff.
And if he doesn't attack right away, we just turn and run. Here we go. Let's go, Hans. Go, 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 dude.
God, we found each other.
Oh, I bumped into him. That drained our stamina.
In front of me. I only just avoided being seen. And I
Dude, hurry up, you idiot. Get over here. Oh, we just barely got it. Oh, we were about to get hit in the back. We're still going to get accosted by one guy, but that's really not a big deal. That is funny. I really thought we were going to get killed there. Alright, let's take this guy out. Okay, yeah, we dodged and he followed us through with a good old Kingdom Come Deliverance snappy combat where they just rubber band you. Skip all this. We're at Bojanas. One thing I do want to clear up before we finish the tutorial is find as much of this belladonna as we can, because we will need it once we get out. It's kind of expensive to buy and he doesn't really have a whole lot of it, so we'll find, there's some here, there's some up on the hill. We'll do that and then we'll probably come back when we fight the two bandits. I didn't find any belladonna up here, but we got the stuff we needed.
What's that dog making such a fuss
We
about?
gotta fight these guys.
Could something have happened at Bajena's? I should have some.
Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you.
So we're gonna pass a chat check here,
You're
you can.
and then we're gonna tell them to clear off. Actually, yeah,
Do you think I'm a fool? There's been lots of.
Well, just
we'll
an
pass
old
that one. Oh no, we
This'll
failed.
be quick, boy.
Why is this not letting me dodge for some reason?
Fuck you!
It's not a big deal. We'll heal up. This guy's getting bit by the dog. Take advantage of that. There we go.
Butchery!
Oh, he's gonna drown. This guy's stuck on the dog. We just punch him a couple more
Save
times.
yourselves! Ah!
A couple more pushes and
I
he'll be
don't
out.
want to. Ah!
Oh, we bumped into him. That took us the last bit of his health. Alright, let's take all of his stuff. This guy up here as well. We took a little hit. 44 HP. That's fine. Where's this guy's? There it is. There's a sword. Got all his stuff. Pull him out of the water so he doesn't die. So we'll meet these guys later since we're leaving him alive. We just knocked him unconscious, but we're not actually killing him. We'll meet him later in the game. Alright, let's go tell her what happened.
Did they hurt you?
No. Look, odd bit. You're
Alright, I'm going to finish the rest of the tutorial. We'll come back when we're in the little starting town. Like I said, we'll breeze through this very quickly and get to the interesting stuff. Alright, we just moved the sacks.
What did you say?
Hans is about to get punched.
It,
Here we go. And he's gonna punch him. Boom! And we got a fist fight on our hands.
For an arse kicking, you piece of shit.
Make sure we don't get surrounded.
You.
Fuck that. Good. Jesus! I'm hit!
These guys are pretty passive compared to most of the AI.
Let him have it!
Yeah, the mods I have do change quite a few things, but you still gotta watch out. It's easy to get surrounded here.
Fucking hell.
Had enough?
Come on then. I'll beat you.
Kick
To a
his ass.
bloody fucker.
Right, there's 3 of them now, so we gotta run. Otherwise we're gonna get backed into a corner. So we'll come over here.
Slice him up!
He's the one. That madman.
There we go. Back up, let him in, and then...
Jesus! I'm hit!
Alright, let's see here.
Stuff. Take that fucker out.
That guy's like stuck in the wall now. We'll beat him up. Oh, Hans is free. He's gonna start hitting that guy now. Oh, we're getting hit from the side now. Oh, we did a flying kick. Alright, let's finish this up.
just who?
Boys already do need
Here we
to
go.
find some
We're
job. I'll
finally
find
out
one
with the
without you.
tutorial phase. Let's put our clothes on. Yeah, some of these things are actually decent, but a lot of them need some work. So we'll have to do some repairs. But we'll wait. I'm gonna breeze through a lot of this, and I think what we'll probably do before we do any alchemy, I want to go up and finish the blacksmith's quest and deal with that before nighttime. So yeah, let me get up there.
I'll be
We
a
did
queen
get a level
before
of
you can
speech.
afford-
I'm just literally clicking everything and spamming through it. That's what this playthrough is probably going to be mostly,
How much?
From
and then a lot of fighting. So let's keep going. Okay, all done with that. I'm not going to sell anything. Let's just keep everything we have for now. Once we get our horse, we can travel back and forth, repair and sell stuff. I don't want to get into any fights either. I want to go up to the blacksmith, do the blacksmith tutorial, get our bed, put all of our stuff down, and then probably go get the horse, and then come back and maybe do some alchemy so we can get our potions going. But let's do it one thing at a time, and
Cheers.
let's be nice to the
I
guards so
hope
we
you
can
have an
get some
uneventful
XP for that.
shift.
There we go. Reputation. Let's cut away till we get to the Takov town. There is a fun little quest here at the corner. We're not going to go up there and deal with the bandits yet. Deal with them later.
What happened to you?
I mean,
How?
I
This
was.
guy lost his letter,
But it was.
and he wants us to beat him up.
You ready?
There we go. We'll take a little bit of speech XP and then we'll yell at him.
Fucker!
There he goes. We could rob him too. That'd be kind of funny. All right. We'll be nice. Let's get our XP.
That was rough.
That's a
We could pickpocket. Actually, it might not be a bad target. No, you know, I'm gonna wait. We need to get our XP boosts because it's just not worth it in this mode, in hardcore. I think we take a 40% hit, so it's a pretty big amount of loss. So anyways, let's get up there. I'm gonna finish the quest and the tutorial for blacksmithing. We'll get our bed and then we'll start the playthrough proper. Here, clean ourselves up. Let's get the blacksmith tutorial going. Just finish the tutorial. Let's quench our blade. Hopefully it's a tier 3 so we can use it. There we go. Tier 3, we need to sharpen it still, but it's a good start. Alright, we just picked up the quest to head to Simine. We'll handle that after I sharpen some blades. Just do this one, we'll leave everything else behind. Now, most of the people we fight against aren't going to have
One
armor,
sharp blade.
so I think we could probably get away with just using the blade instead of using the some heavy weapons, but we're going to need to pretty quickly move into heavy weapons. Let's equip this. Next weapon will be a bow and arrow. Let's equip that. Let's put all this stuff back. Yeah, we're overburdened. We're going to go to our temporary home here and drop everything off. Let's take that. All the free stuff they leave around. And then there are some things in here that we get for free from some DLC and early purchase. I'm not going to use any of that stuff. I'm just going to probably throw it down later. But for now, let's just put all this stuff away. We'll just go out with what we had on. Let's see. Yeah, most of this stuff we need to get rid of. But yeah, we need to learn these sketches real quick. We'll hang on to a couple of these other things. We have a decent amount of food that we need to go through as well. We've got 80 energy, so I think we have moonshine. Yeah, this will give us 15 energy. It'll kind of make us drunk though. I don't think that's worth it. We'll probably save that for later. We get a tiny bit of energy from the mead, so we'll drink these. Yep, that'll help a little bit. And we'll just eat the stuff that's going to go bad first. There we go. So we're pretty light, 38 out of 80. We do need to pick up some perks. We'll do some of that farming a little bit later. Let's learn these recipes here before I forget. And then we'll hang on to these. We will be needing belladonna, sage, chamomile, all that stuff. We'll do the grind soon. But I think first thing first is we need to head down to pick up our horse and pick up some cash. And then I think we'll head back and start the grind. I don't see the bandits here anymore. I wonder if they killed that guy and moved on somewhere else. Oh yeah, that one's done. That's alright. Usually there's a bunch of bandits here and they're trying to rob some peasant. And they end up killing him. And then I usually end up killing them, but that's alright. I'm sure we'll run into plenty of bandit groups. One thing I do want to go to before we leave down south is this archery area. So there's a few things we want to take here. There's some loose arrows. Let's take all these arrows. There's a potion for better archery skills. And then there's a bow and another set of arrows in here and a skill book, marksman kit, all that. So let's equip this. Yeah, we have enough strength, so we should be good with that. And 30 arrows, plenty. But I don't really want to do any skill grinding until we get the potions going because it's just not worth it otherwise. We are currently up here in Takov. We're right here. So we need to head all the way down here, grab a horse, and then we'll probably go grab our cash. Actually, no, I don't really care about the cash. We'll head back up to Troskovitz. So we'll go simming back up to Troskovitz, get our potions going, and then we'll start fighting people. Because if we're trying to max out every skill in the game, it's going to be pretty brutal to do it without the potions. And in some cases, it may not even be possible. Like, speech is incredibly hard to level up. I know in the base game, I didn't use Henry Fox in my first run because I didn't know it existed. And I completed pretty much every quest, and I was still like level 28 or level 29 speech by the time I got to the end of the game. So, still very, very difficult to do, even with Henry Fox, but at least it'll be possible. So, anyways, we're going to get running. We'll come back when we get a horse. I did come across a random camp that lets us do some archery training, but I think I'm going to pass. Like I said, I really want to get...
Did you hear about what happened at the big
yeah, so we can do some archery training.
Yeah,
I really want to get the potions going first, but this is a really nice camp to have because then you don't have to go all the way up to start the archery competitions. But that's all right. Let's keep moving. We're almost to Simine. I can see it from here. All right, we made it to Simine. We just need to go around the back, hop the fence. I don't want to start that quest, so we'll stay away from it. Hop the fence. And then we got to talk to the groom. We'll get our horse back. And then we'll head back up and do some grinding. Make sure we can see pebbles.
Wait, that's
There we go.
my pebbles.
My girl. What do you? I admit,
Pebbles,
but that's so.
and we have a little bit of speech on us.
You
Let's get some more speech XP though by doing these other
Europe, he had, and it's, but I
chat dialogues. Be
Look,
reasonable.
it's just one horse. It's not that important, is it?
What I
There we
it
go.
makes,
Wait, what?
Look at me.
I am looking.
Take a good look.
I am
And what you see?
a simpleton.
Fine. I'll buy her from you then.
That's more like it.
Okay, what the hell, man?
I'm sure you... I changed my...
What in the hell? I've never failed that one before. If you do the chat, do we not have Good enough clothes? No, clothes seem fine. Yeah, charisma's really low. It's only 1. Maybe we needed more clothing for that. Crap. So do we get another chance to try it or no? No, we're gonna have to steal. I think we'll just have to steal. Wow, that's a huge pain in the butt. Well, we got guards coming, so what the heck, man? I've never seen that before. Yeah, I guess in hardcore mode, it's a bit different, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. Jeez, man, that's really obnoxious. I do want to steal pebbles, and then we could take it to the nomad camp to take her, but I don't know how much he's going to charge. We only have 29 groschen. And if we're going to do that, we might as well steal like a decent one, but then that's going to cost more. So yeah, maybe we can't. Pebbles value is only 40, so if we were to take, I think he'll offer it for even less than that. All right, let's try and do it here, maybe when these people are all out of sight. Let's get the guard looking the other way as well, if we can. This guy looking that way.
Did I imagine it?
All right, we got pebbles, and we're out. He doesn't seem to be chasing us, so I think we got away with it.
Quick!
Sad we gotta steal our own horse, but it is what it is. Alright, let's take it to the nomad camp and see if he'll give it to us. Make pebbles officially ours for less than 40, I hope, because like I said, we only have 29 on us. Here we go, coming up to the nomad camp. Yep, here we go. And we just gotta take it over to this guy on the left. Alright, we don't want to race horses, we want to actually get a horse. So, horse black
Are
market.
you in charge of the horses around here?
Right, so we want to
I'd like to
acquire...
keep this horse.
Yeah,
it
it's
will
our own
vary, so
horse. Shouldn't be paying for it. 30 groschen, so yeah, we need to haggle.
Satisfied?
look.
Oh my god, he wants more than we can offer, than we can afford.
Fuck that, More. The prices here are a lot lower than at the stables, but you still will not meet me in the
Wow.
middle.
Alright, can we trade something to this guy so that we can actually buy? Oh, we'd have to get rid of our belt. That's not going to work. What do we have that we can actually sell? We can sell some food and some potions. Let's go sell some potions. Ah, this is so annoying, man. And I don't think we're going to be able to haggle again, so we need a full 30 to be able to buy. But it's alright. It is what it is. Alright, this is the general trader, I think.
What is it?
Alright, here we go. Let's get rid of some of the food. Yeah, it's not really worth that much, but let's just get rid of some of the high value stuff. Yeah, that's going to be enough to get us over 30. Man, I feel like
Word about the
so broke. Okay, we got over 30. Let's go get our horse, and then, Jesus, man. What a start, huh? Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come with this run. Hopefully it's not like, well, I mean, it's okay to have some struggle, I guess, but that was kind of ridiculous. So here we go, acquire.
It will be, but I did so this.
We're gonna pay the full 30,
That
that's
horse is
fine. I guess it's not that big of a difference, right? We would have gotten them for free, it only cost us 30, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. And then does he give us, no, yeah, Pebbles comes with 2 pieces of equipment, so. Better than nothing, we got our horse. Let's head back up, we need to go do some herb picking, and I think I'll probably do it a little bit along the way. This is going to be probably the most grindy part, so I will likely cut all of it, and then we'll just come back when we get the Henry Tier Fox Potion, and we'll go from there. I'll be stopping to pick up Marigold.
Back!
Yeah, Marigold, Nettle, a little bit of Eyebright if we come across it. Sage. And the whole back getting thrown out doesn't really matter too much because we're on a horse. We can just move around. Right, here we go. We found some feverfew. That's kind of rare. Actually, what in the world? I thought that was dandelion.
I'll be with you.
That's interesting. That one's pretty rare. I thought it was looks the same as dandelion. The other thing I want to look for here around settlements, we need to get a little bit of nettle. That's pretty easy to find, but we also need to find some mint. So you can sometimes find it around the edges, and then there's some farms and stuff in the back. Should be able to find some mint back there. All right, there we go. Finally found our first bit of mint. Found 3 pieces of it, but holy crap, I've searched this almost this whole town. This is the first time I've seen mint. Can't even really see it. It just blends in, but it's alright. We'll keep collecting. Another thing we can do to get some XP, we're going to launder each clothing item individually. And you get the same amount of XP if you do everything at once or if you do one individually. Got survival level 7 from picking up a bunch of stuff. But we want to do most of that after we drink the fox. We steered clear of Simine because I don't know if they're going to spot us with the horse that we just stole. Maybe it needs more time to clear, but... Alright. We'll just head up. We're on our way to Truskovitz. Again, we're going to pick up a few more herbs along the way, and then we'll do quite a bit of alchemy. Still want to find more marigold. I know there's quite a few in the fields over here. We'll do that. There's a bunch of chamomile here. One thing I didn't find a whole lot of is sage. We need to find some more of that. But there's some marigold up here as well. And we're almost to Truskovitz, so we can just start crafting potions. I think we have enough. We just need to get a little bit of sage, and then I think we're pretty much good. We should be able to get to level 16 with what I've collected so far. And of course, Henry keeps throwing his back out every time he bends over, but that's alright. Here we go. Found some sage. I think there's a bunch in the field up there too, so we should be good. And like I said, I'll probably cut in when we get to the bench, and then maybe a couple times for some of the perks that we unlock, but for the most part, I'll just do the rest of this offline. Ooh, interesting. There's some belladonna here. This is just south of Truskovitz, and right about where you can start to see Simine. And this would be on the, the west side of the road. Some belladonna right here. All right, one perk I'm going to take right now is Art of Preservation under Alchemy. This one's going to reduce the spoilage rate. It's for raw foods and herbs, but we need that. We do have quite a few herbs saved up. You can see we got nettle, marigold, chamomile. We still need to find more mint, and we need a lot more sage, unfortunately, but I think we're good on just about everything else. Sage and mint, if we could find those two, we should be able to craft what we need. So let me keep looking. Here by the apothecary, he's got a big herb garden. There's a bunch of mint in here, so we'll be able to stock up a little bit on this. Still not really able to find a whole lot of the purple one, sage. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Usually it's pretty easy to find, but apparently not. So I might just craft with what we have. We'll go out looking for sage later. I don't see any here in the little garden either. Oh, they actually have a little bit up here at the top, but it's not going to be that much. Sorry, lady. Taking all of her. She's trying to till her land, and we're just stealing it all. Alright, let's go craft. Yeah, one thing we should do before the store closes, let's buy some things that we need. So we need charcoal. We'll buy all of that. And I don't think we were able to find any St. John's wort, so we'll buy some of that as well. We can get rid of some of these weaker potions. We definitely won't need any saves. Bowman's brew. Yeah, we're break even right now. We're going to get 1.4 groschen. I think that's fine. We'll save the decent Bowman's brew. All right, there we go. He'll give us a few groschen. All right, so we have enough to make a few Henry Fox. But more importantly, we have a lot to just spam out all these potions. So we got a ton of this stuff. And we could pick up a recipe, a Artemisia potion. We can go sell that as well if we want. But let's learn that recipe. Oh, you know what? I forgot. There's a book we can go read, and it's going to give us one more level of scholarship. You can see here we're pretty much there. If we take this one, Wonders of Nature, it'll boost our alchemy leveling by 20%. So that'll counteract some of the negative that we're getting. So let's just go over to the, what do you call it? The scribe. He's got a book in his office. We can just read. It's going to be hard to get in because they keep watching us and they've locked all the doors. So we're going to have to pick or find another book that we can read. Maybe we can steal one through the window. I know there's some on this chest right here. I don't know if we can reach it. Can we get maybe like the corner? No, too far. Yeah, we can't reach anything from here, unfortunately. All right, we did get a sketch that I don't think this one's going to give us any XP for reading though. For scholarship? No, it doesn't. You know what we could do? We could read a little bit actually. Yeah. Why don't we do that? That might be enough to give us scholarship. We just need to read for like an hour or something. There we go. Okay. So I guess we don't have to break in anyways. We'll finish reading that later. But really the important thing is we pick up these. So Wonders of Nature plus 20% alchemy XP. We're going to be doing a ton of alchemy right now. So that'll help quite a bit. But we're going to craft some chamomile decoctions. Chamomile and sage. The limiting factor here is going to be sage. We can make 52 of these things. So that will probably be enough to push us over the edge. in terms of alchemy levels, getting up to 16, but we'll see. I'm gonna start working on this. There we go. We got a strong brew. So like I said, I'll just keep spamming these out. These are pretty easy to make. We hit level 10 alchemy. Let's go ahead and take some perks here. So we want Secret of Matter. This is the one that's going to give us extra potions per brew. That we could take Enthusiast. This one replenishes our energy. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, we should probably take it right now so we don't get tired. Also, not really related, but I forgot. We need to take Lucky Find and Leg Day. So this one, when we collect herbs, we'll get extra stuff for free once in a while. And then Leg Day, we get Strength XP for collecting herbs. And then I really like Flower Power. This gives us Charisma just by having stuff on us. The other ones are nice too. We'll get them later though. And then we'll take Wonders of Man because we will be doing some craftsmanship soon. And maybe Thievery. I don't know. I haven't decided if we'll do a lot of thieving or just save it to the end. I don't know. Kind of makes the game too easy when you just steal everything, but I guess we'll see. We do have to max everything out though, so we will need everything. Let's take some of these other perks too. Razor Sharp for craftsmanship. When we grind up our swords, that'll make them have a little more damage. So other stuff isn't really that big of a deal, but just pick these real quick. Charming Rand to increase our reputation gain. I do have a mod that decreases reputation gain, making it harder. So this will help counteract a little bit of that. And then Nourishment decreases 30% slower. I think that's pretty decent here. We'll take it because we do get hungry really fast with Hardcore. And then we'll save all the other perks. Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do there, but we got some grinding to do still. We're only at level 10. We got 6 more levels to go. We're taking Secrets of Matter 2. This will give us 3 potions extra. And then we just need 1 more perk. So level 16, 2 more levels, and then we'll be able to create Henry potions. All right, we hit level 16, and if we come in here to Alchemy, we can take Secret of Secrets. If we brew things perfectly, we get Henry tier. So let's take that. Now I'm going to go through and craft a few other potion types. Ones that we'll actually use. I don't think we'll actually use Chamomile Decoction. We'll just sell the rest of those. How many did we make anyways? So we have 152 strong, and then I messed up one once, so that we got 2 bad ones. But yeah, 152 of these things that we should be able to make a decent amount of money from that. All right, I'm going to get to work. Let me start grinding out some of these potions. So we'll make a bunch of these Henry tier marigolds. These are going to come in handy because I'm sure I'm going to get smacked a bunch. And we need to heal so we don't die. There we go. We got our first set of Henry Fox potions. I can craft, I believe, 5 sets total. So we'll do all 5 and then we'll work on something else. I should have done this first. We need to drink one so we can get our XP boost while we're actually crafting. So let me do that. There we go. We finished all the Henry tier Fox potions and we're pretty much maxed out on alchemy in terms of perks. The only way we get these other ones is if we take the lower level ones, so we can just take what we want. I think Potion Seller will be handy. We will be selling some of these. I do like Water of Life as well. Healing potions heal 25% faster. When we have permadeath, I think getting a faster healing is something that could potentially save the run. More of an insurance policy than anything else, but that should be fine. And if we look at our inventory here, we've got 30 Hawks potions. We just drank 1, so -1. We've got 12 Henry's Marigold. I might craft a few more of these, and then there's a few more things that I'd like to craft, but I know this is starting to drag on a bit. We should probably start getting to the fighting soon, so we'll do that next. All right, spent some time crafting Marigold. We got 36 of them. That should be good for quite a while. Got a few other potions to craft, and then we'll be done. All right, so that is it for what we're going to do with alchemy for now. We'll probably come back, well, we have to come back and finish it off. We're at level 22, so not too bad there. Let's also take Purple Haze. For each potion or alcohol effect, we get +1 vitality. We're going to be using a lot of potions. That should help some. And here we go. This is what we're ending with. So we made a couple cock rolls, some Bowman's Brew, and that'll help us when we do some of our archery training. There's some other ones I want to make, but we just don't have the stuff on us. And we're pretty overburdened. Hopefully our horse can handle some of it. Otherwise, I guess we're going to walk. Actually, you know what maybe we should do is just walk, so we can get the strength and vitality training. It is almost 5 a.m., so maybe we'll get there sometime back to Takov to drop stuff off sometime during the day, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and walk. This is probably not too interesting, so I'm going to cut it.